return. I shall not take this duty lightly, for I address you today not as the consul, nor even as your new leader, which I am, but as a simple man who wants nothing more than to defend his home and his neighbors.
Isn't that wonderful? Even the sovereign eagerly pursues perfection. Now, bask in the contentment as we replay the consul's inspiring announcement around the clock.
Well then, moving on.
As Eden offers a plenitude of natural resources, our station presents a profusion of pleasing melodies, like this one.
Marisol's something. She reminds me of the serial heroes I wanted to be just like when I was a kid. I'd tell her if there's something inspiring about someone who knows Anyway, this is me. She's probably already got bugs listening in on us, so we ought to... How personal are we talking? Couldn't say. I would have continued serving on the front line in my command when Look, I knew dismissal was a possibility when I volunteered for the procedure. A successful graft is a boon, a failed... Oh, I miss... Huh. If nothing else... Anyhow, I would rather return to the... Right.
It appears Horizon Point Station is still in the process of being reconstituted. The rift itself is also more unstable than ever. As a result, landing closer to the location of the Protectorate's large-scale rift anomaly modulator is not possible. In order to modify it with the rift data you processed in the archive, you will need to travel to its location on foot and seize it from Protectorate control. The energy readings from the modulator can be traced to the Sovereign's flagship, Providence, hovering on the far side of the station. Hypothesizing. Given Protectorate hierarchy and the recent announcement about the Sovereign's mental refreshment, this is likely the Consul's doing. He will need to be stopped.
But to what end is he working here? The Consul I once knew would never act so recklessly.
Well, at night, work isn't strenuous or
Intimidation is not required. Protectorate subjects are not programmed to question authority. Warning. The rift is growing dangerously unstable. Using the rift modulate...
Well, she better not get in our way, or we may just have to seriously reconsider your decision to let her live, Commander.
Once the modulator is secured, it may be used to close the rift and save Arcadia and all those in its orbit. There is minimal room for error, Commander. Good luck.
I could feel my wary little mind start to wander.
You know how some creatures can smell danger? I think I might have absorbed some of that. Watch those troops carefully.
Yes, that's definitely the Sovereign's ship. Ratcheting up my aggression. On their weaknesses.
Raring to go.
Adversary.
Henry, exposure, undermining.
Combatant stand.
Henry,
Pan isn't always subtle with
exposure,
its warnings, is it now?
The brains of Horizon Point Station to determine who introduced the flaw into our perfect skip drive manufacturing process. We must all fulfill our duty to the Protectorate, but none of us can do it alone.
Gives you shivers, don't it?
This together. Life is our legacy. It is our mandate. It is who we are. And it falls to you, the eyes, the ears, the brains of Horizon Point Station to determine introduced the flaw into our perfect skip drive manufacturing process. We must all fulfill our duty to the Protectorate, but none of us can do it.
What a shame. But reckon it's better he didn't live again to see this.
Eyes, the ears, the brains.
know if the lives and deaths of millions weren't in the balance. This would make a fine agility course. But the rift modulator ought to make our path clearer.
Perhaps we ought to find another way.
Consider self-preservation a priority.
Wasn't sure that'd work.
Seems DeVries is a few steps ahead of us. That's her ship there.
Hostilities are afoot. Standing by to stupefy. I have a fix on their weaknesses. Target analyzed. Lay down fire. Go for torpification. I'll handle this. Check your scope for combatant analysis. Adversary vulnerabilities identified. Reporting to file. Target analyzed. Lay down fire. Combatant scan.
N-ray. Exposure. Undermining. Functioning.
I have a fix on their weaknesses. Stun weapon ready, Commander. Locking them down. Torpification in progress.
N-ray. Exposure. Undermining. Functioning.
Why did you make me do this? Why?
She don't sound like one of the Rift Touch troopers outside. Something ain't right.
Get away from me. See them? They were my teammates and they didn't listen neither. You'll end up just the same.
Agent Pascal, calm yourself. You are not in your right mind.
Don't you talk to me like you know me. Wait. Commander? Is that you? No. No, this must be some kind of trick. Oh, what's happening to me? So it is you. Thank Law. I don't understand what happened, Commander. Something was wrong with Sandoval and Jepson. They glowed like they were aflame. They ran in, jumped at me, clawed at me. Law, I had to kill them.
Then they weren't too dissimilar from the troopers we encountered outside. This is concerning.
I don't understand what's happening. Everything was fine. Till the explosion. I was pinned. Fire closed in. I tried to move. I tried to find the rookie. Then the whole station shook and tore apart. And then... nothing.
That explains it. She was left alive, just long enough for the rift to take her. That's why the reconstitution worked on her. To some extent.
Wait. There was something else. Sandoval was yelling. DeVries wasn't responding to comms. What happened? Don't tell me the situation got too fluid for you, DeVries. That it?
Certainly not. I was focused on the objective, as every one of your crew should have been. Isn't that right, Commander?
Yeah. Something tells me that ain't quite true. A rift. That's right. We were here to investigate rifts. So why is there one in the sky? Why is everything destroyed?
The Protectorate are attempting to reconstitute the station to how it was moments before destruction. That includes you. But it's failing. I'm sorry.
So I've come back from death to some... what? You. You can help me, though. Right, Commander? You can do something to... Boyd. This is it, ain't it? I'll never see the sun again. Never fly in our ship. Never anything. Makes two of us. But maybe you could do me one final favor. End this for me? I can't. I don't think I can do it myself. Please. I'm sure.
Pascal? Helen? If I may, I'd like to see to your proper burial as an Earth Directorate agent. If you wish for it.
That'd be nice. Being seen off, right? This is the final kindness you'll do for me, Commander. Thank you. Try not to miss, huh?
It's all right. This will be over soon. I swear it.
It's a hard thing, but mercy was the only real option here. You did right by her. I hope you know that. Ship doesn't look at all intimidating up close. So, I got my questions about that rover they're sending down.
calls to you. The eyes, the ears, the brain.
Ugh. Couldn't the rift have brought back some janitor mechs instead?
That bridge got built fast. Huh?
Did you?
Enemy in vicinity.
Exposure. Undermining.
Check your scope for combatant analysis.
Whoa, that ain't a normal rift. Normal as they can be, anyhow. Is that plasma in its orbit? It'll take some doing to get past it. We ought to have a look around.
This is Scientist Bernard Rand, sent to Horizon Point Station by order of the Consul. While monitoring the reconstitution, I picked up strange readings in the old skip lab. The core appears to be pulling plasma tightly around it, not unlike a planet and its moons. Fascinating, though it thwarts my attempts to gather more
Rather intriguing. Now's not the time for a tete-a-tete, I'm afraid. This is very curious. Some of the science eludes me, but this equation, although incomplete, clearly has to do with the rift in the other room. What do you think, Commander? Replicator at ready status.
Maintaining perfection. Lost.
Investigating hostile intentions. Have a fix on their weaknesses.
This is the Sovereign's office, ain't it? It reeks of overcompensating. Wow. And this fool had people hanging on his every word? That looks to be the equation. Ain't no way that man came up with it himself. Reckon we can input this equation in that terminal we found. Great. Now we can get through the chamber. And we won't expire immediately like our friend here.
Capture the readings. We'll let the blame settle as it lies.
down. Popping my claw. This thing's got meat. That rover's got to take it up to the ship. Let's find that rift modulator and finish this.
Attention, please report
What? No welcoming committee? Huh. Should be simple unsealing the hangar, at least.
Attention, crew deck. Intruder alert. Be vigilant.
Ratcheting up my aggression. Vitals are in the red, Commander.
Trouble ahead.
Adversary vulnerabilities. Target analyzed. Go for notification. Consider
Self-preservation a priority.
Thank you,
beneficent guidance! Have my attention. What ends do you endeavor?
No combatant on my... Vital critical. Don't become a... Reviving me is strategically off.
Oh, you're out there!
I'll handle this. Adversary vulnerabilities identified. Combatant scanned.
My field's calculations suggest the rift modulator is on deck 2.
If you must replace lost equipment, please make a request. Displaying inventory.
Worthy of
Check your...
could do this the hard way or the smart way. Either works for me.
What's going on down there, Deck 01? I saw an intruder alert. Suspicious is what I am.
Always up for a fight, but that could have been avoided, yes?
Torpificator is charged.
Why were you dead?
Adversary vulnerabilities identified.
Craft's back in business. Oh, good. We made it. I was expecting a wall of swinging axes and maybe a punch to the face to top it. To top it all off.
Attention. Due to the sensitive information housed on this deck, all subjects are required to keep access credentials
We
on
either
their
find access credentials or stick to the shadows then. Both options are certainly more efficient than raucous hostilities. Now to find the rift modulator. I estimate there's a 73.47% chance it's nearby.
deserves a proper burial. Not this. Damnable bastards. Now we have solid proof that this is all mucked up. Not that I expect the console to deliver the same thoughtful analysis.
Manifolds at extreme mode. In event of ship destruction, please inform this unit's engineer. Unit has been functioning for 396. A good...
Reckon it was foolish to think we could stuff the modulator into a satchel. Ought to see what we can learn about it in the meantime.
I heard an alarm on the crew deck. Considering your manner of being, you wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you? Those credentials do appear legitimate. Welcome, I suppose. I hope you're not expecting a grand tour. What exactly was it that you needed? I'm rather short on time, as a gander outside might tell you. Yeah, well, we all have urgent needs. And mine is to keep my lab and hopefully the rest of this system from falling apart. I need the modulator for my own analysis. You can wait. The IRC. I did not realize you were a colleague of sorts. We haven't shared much of our findings with your branch, I'm afraid. But our results do match. Raw data from whatever a rift engulfs is preserved, yes, but the essence of a thing is not. Like a sense of self, for example, is lost forever. Further, there is no proof that such data can be stabilized or even edited. The consul's plan is futile, completely. But he no longer listens to me, which is distressing. I've prepared a report for him showing how the very structure of the modulator makes what we're attempting, yes, but as I said, I fear the report won't do any good. In any case, we have little choice. I'm sequestered here, and you here. Use this keycard on the module over there. It will allow you to download my report. I hope you're able to sway him. Because if you don't, a deck up in the control room. The console is the only one who has a
Attention, science deck. Authorized visitor aboard. Do not be alarmed.
Accessing report. Rift restoration analysis. Compiled by Chief Scientist Monserrate.
Esteemed Council, after much analysis, my conclusion is that the modulator we have worked tirelessly to build will not function as intended when used for reconstituting matter from rifts. Every test of reconstitution has resulted in demonstrable failure. Proceeding as we are now with Horizon Point Station will surely lead to severe, unanticipated consequences. The modulator is only effective at closing rifts from unsafe distances. Using it to close exacerbated rifts will certainly lead to the destruction of any vessel carrying it. Unfortunately, the data that we originally had hoped for from the ancient rifts detected in the far reaches of space untouched by humanity has not yielded any of its secrets. And we are now out of time. All of our recent readings suggest that we're on the verge of losing control of this rift. I recommend diverting from our current plan before it is too late for Arcadia. I've included extensive notes and annotations appended to the modulator schematics to substantiate these conclusions. I know you will guide us wisely, my dear Consul.
Well, we got the schematics. This report got me asking questions. If they found rifts in deep space where humanity supposedly ain't been, how did they form? It don't add up. But we got no time to ponder it just yet. We got the modulator. All that's left is to deal with the console and shutter that rift for good.
There you are, Commander. What happened? I thought you were looking for the rift modulator. Why does it still look like that out there? That's unacceptable. That complicates matters greatly. What should happen if it's damaged as we seize control from the console?
We secured the rift modulator schematics earlier on. If this all goes pear-shaped, they're our fallback plan.
Well, suppose I'm pleased to see that you still run a tight ship. That gives us options. Did you happen upon anything else that I should know about? In the deep reaches of space? I suppose that revelation should not come as a surprise. They are proficient at monitoring space. How else do you think they effectively obfuscated their existence for so long? If this is what they say, I believe it. But we will need to table this discovery and its implications. He may seem open to negotiation, but I would urge caution. If you denounce him or his plan outright, he will not...
Worth a try, if you think you can navigate his delicate ego.
The more we debate, the more time we squander. We must... And if you've something to say to any of us, Commander, I suggest...
Hope the console's ready for the but just in case things get a little frenzied in there, I wanted you to know, once we make it out of here, I'm gonna buy you the biggest tankard of zero-G you've ever seen. Ain't heartburn I'm feeling right now, is it? Ought to get back to our preparation.
Seems like our mission's almost complete, Commander. Before we finish this, I wanted to thank you. Showed me I still had more to learn. It was an honor to be part. May all our
Standing around's got me jumpy. After you.
you've come quite close enough. Sentinels, if you would.
Your tampering with the rifts is against the plan. A correction is imminent, and none of us may survive it.
So passionately delivered, and yet so utterly incorrect. What you are witnessing is my saving of Arcadia, and ridding it permanently of trespassers like you. Do not place his decision at my feet. I know it's difficult for the likes of you to fathom the concept of self-sacrifice, but he chose mental refreshment for the good of us all. And what am I to do but carry on his legacy? What am I to do but achieve what he could not? I'll only be killing a select number permanently. The worthy, however, will be resurrected and reformed so they may reach their full potential. Open your mind, Commander. Yes, I know well who you are. In any other situation, I might be compelled to take you apart and see how precisely it is you operate, but time, it would seem, isn't on your side. You are a relic of an impotent institution, propelled forward by nothing more than luck and foolhardy metal. Oh, I'm sure you believe yourself capable. Tell me, did you manage to stop us from bringing your peace talks to a swift end? As I recall, Greater Tranquility was reduced to little more than mangled ruins in a single moment.
You used the peace talks as a test run for this.
It was a modest success. I had hoped it'd hobble Auntie's choice in the Order once and for all, but it has proven to be a valuable lesson in patience. I was able to buy the time to enact the very plan before you. Though, judging from that vacant expression on your face, it would appear you've no idea what I intend. Very well. Once the rift destroys Arcadia, we shall edit the information stored within it and use the modulator to reshape our colony into its perfect form. Horizon Point's destruction all those years ago was a tragedy, yes, but without it, we might never have opened our eyes to our true purpose and the possibility of Arcadia's rebirth. When the Matriarch discovered the first skip drive, she set us on a course to elevate humanity. We're now writing our path, and I will do my part as the architect intended. That's the story everyone knows, yes. But surely you don't believe only one human mind is capable of inventing such a technology. In the Matriarch's younger years, she discovered a crashed ship deep in the Earth. And in it, the very first skip drive known to humanity. She dissected this tech, learned its secrets, and enabled us to produce them en masse. And, well, that eventually led to the manifestation of rifts. But it was not until well after Horizon Point's untimely end that we understood the opportunity gifted us. The opportunity to reconstruct the colony in its perfect form. It is as the Grand Architect designed. And believe you me, I've no intention of letting you thwart our securing of a better future. One free of doubt and greed. It's your time that's running out, not mine. Better yet, tell the whole room how His Eminence, the Sovereign, was wrong. This was originally his plan, after all. I am merely a partner seeing it carried out. So you say.
I doubt you've had anyone capable checking your calculations. You don't strike me as particularly thorough, or much of a heavy thinker.
I am the chosen shepherd of Arcadia and will not be spoken to like this. I am only doing what I must to restore. You must know that you have little chance of swaying me. I will not be distracted from taking what is owed to us. And what is your definition of wrong? Have you anything substantial to back such a claim? I see. Well, the man was always a cynic. I find that attitude can skew the Protectorate was clearly meant to harness this power. Nothing you claim can disprove everything that points to this reality. And now you came here claiming so boldly that I would fail, but indeed...
You're investigating hostile intentions. Target analyzed. Lay down fire. Check your scope for combatant analysis. Medic, please.
He's down. The helm's ours. Now's our chance to end this. So there's no way to close the rift, but to send one of us in. Do I got that right? Well, don't that beat all?
I've heard similar words spoken before. Those inspired by them are long gone.
No need to belabor this. I will fly the ship. Back on Greater Tranquility, you wish to give me a chance to atone for my mistakes. I'd say that opportunity has come.
Reckon I'll join you.
I know I ain't got much in the way of convincing you otherwise, but Marisol, with her, let her seek expiation on her own. You needn't do this.
One who chooses not to die needlessly. But if you are set on this, I would still join you. This is my mission too, and I'll not back down if there are others to carry out the rest.
All right. Somebody reliable ought to safeguard the schematics, ensure humanity is saved, and such and the like. If you won't, guess I'd better. Between these and the processed rift data, I'm sure someone can science up modulators usable at a safe distance. Rifts will soon be a thing of the past. I still have a few connections in the Order. Our scientists will see the rifts are closed in a prompt, efficient manner. Appreciate your pragmatism, Commander.
Salvation awaits, Commander. I'm itching to reach it.
The commanders sacrificed themselves to save the galaxy. No one knew their motives or thoughts in those final moments, though legends grew around this mythical agent of the Earth Directorate all the same. Augustine de Vries went along, knowing nothing would make up for her actions. But at least she'd not have to live with her guilt any longer. Vigilant Hogarth, now acclimated to Fairfield, leaned on the Protectorate ideals of neighborliness, while overlooking all the authoritarian tactics, so he might help the Order to succeed with the equation. Zebulon Tran was apprehended plotting against the Protectorate and sent to mental refreshment. Reluctant to name collaborators, he was subjected to the lathe at its highest setting. He emerged as the perfect Protectorate subject, with no memory of either Niles or his sister. After defending Fort Endurance against a fierce Mantisaur attack, Executive Warchek was awarded a commendation for profit-securing stalwartness, as well as promotion to regional manager. He eventually passed peacefully in his sleep at the scientifically astounding age of 6. Following the rigors of the extensive mission in Arcadia, Val began to malfunction in peculiar ways, talking to herself, hovering inches from the floor, threatening major appliances. Niles ultimately and tearfully decided to deactivate her after a culmination of these strange incidents. Niles remained torn about the Earth Directorate and his place in it. His victory at the reconstituted Horizon Point turned to ash in his mouth when he learned that his friend, Zebulon Tran, was captured while attempting a heist on the tomb of the matriarch. Niles slipped away from the incognito one evening to attempt to free Zebulon from mental refreshment and make amends for the past. He was never seen or heard from again. Inez struggled to resume gainful employment with Auntie's Choice. Fortunately, her association with the commander helped her find a spot in a combat unit as a field medic. Yet she couldn't help but wonder if life had more in store. Tristan never uncovered who actually killed the Supreme Arbiter, a failing that chipped away at his ability to arbitrate. His once promising calling eventually ended with him stripped of rank, programming menial automechanicals somewhere deep within the husk of Protectorate society. Marisol quietly fumed over her unfinished business with Anaïs Bujold at Point Obviation. She eventually passed away in her sleep, alone and full of regret. Forced to think for themselves after a lifetime of luxurious certainty, Protectorate hardliners banded together to preserve their society. Without the Order or the corporatists controlling Arcadia, they had a real chance at making a comeback. Sovereign Varric was eventually discovered in mental refreshment in a placid and compliant state. All parties felt it would be best to leave him in the hands of the remaining Protectorate, who had the most experience with refreshment's process and victims. Despite the recent tumultuous events in Arcadia, it was business as usual for Free Market Station. Sub Rosa continued to supply the colony in the wake of the commander's actions. With unfettered access to skip drives and beholden to no one, the Earth Directorate became what it was always meant to be: the ultimate authority in Arcadia. The colony served as a base to expand the agency's reach across the galaxy. Meanwhile, the Earth Directorate controlled Arcadia with little trouble for a time, successfully rebranding it as a society free of corporate or government overreach. Yet, as the years passed, the Arcadians saw fewer and fewer differences between the Earth Directorate and their previous overlords. All of these events turned on the decisive actions of the Earth Directorate agent and their unique way of navigating Arcadia, its disparate factions, social complexities, ubiquitous product placement, and arsenal of absurdly satisfying weaponry. But through it all, and to this day, Earth has remained inexplicably dark.